So me and my hire bike have made it up to the world famous in cycling Madonna di Ghisalle above Lake Como. So there's a big race every year, Tour of Lombardy, and they generally every year come up past this chapel, and it's a chapel dedicated to cycling and to protecting everybody who pedals, which sounds good to me. I think if I go over here we're going to get a pretty spectacular view of Lake Como. It's getting pretty hot now, so I'm glad I'm at the top. It took me about 45 minutes. I would not have made it had I not had some electrical assistance. So actually it's not that brilliant a view. On the way back down I'm going to stop because there were some much better views on the way. On the way up I just didn't want to stop. This is a pretty smart looking hotel. And here's the chapel, and apparently it's full of cycling memorabilia donated by the world's leading cyclists. And there's a few other people who've ridden up as well. So yeah, about a week ago I was realistic about the level of my fitness, and then I looked at the weather forecast, and there's a heat wave going on at the moment, and I decided I couldn't make it up on a normal bike, so I got an e-bike. Here's the motor. Oh my god, it's pretty steep. It was about 14% to begin with, and the first 4k were an average of 10%. So I had it without any embarrassment whatsoever cranked up to the max, and what it meant was I could do about 180 watts and still be going along at a nice steady lick, whereas had I not had the power I would have had to have done over 200, and I would have been going a lot slower, and I wouldn't have been able to make it. I would have had to stop. So good move. Okay, very small chapel, but it's packed. I'm going to have a look at who's donated these bikes. Very old bikes these. Fabio Casatelli, 1995. Eddie Merckx. I think everybody would have heard of Eddie Merckx. Fausto Coppi. And then all the photos of the cyclists. I'm not sure what you have to do to qualify to get on this wall, but there's a lot of people. Okay, time probably to get a cold drink. Pretty little village. It's about 2 kilometers down from the chapel, so it's really steep from the top. It gets to this village and then it sort of flattens out for 3 or 4k before it then drops the final 4k. So I've certainly been on the brakes quite a lot coming down the first couple of kilometers. Got through the village now, and wait a second, how's about this for a view? Wow. Lake Como disappearing into the distance with the heat haze.